A shocking report involving one of the Baltimore's top rotation pieces is leaving fans questioning what will the Orioles do this season and if Mike Elias' lack of ability this offseason has failed this team. Welcome to Orioles Digest. I'm your host, Kam Brice. And like I say in every video, before you do anything, hit that subscribe button. If you're a part of this percentage, let's change it today. Come join Orioles Digest. We're giving you daily updates about the Baltimore Orioles every single day that you don't want to miss. Now we have some injury updates regarding Grayson Rodriguez today, and it's not good news. So let's take a look at what's going on. Andy Koska from the Baltimore Banner said earlier on Twitter, Orioles right-hander Grayson Rodriguez has discomfort on the back of his elbow and will miss time into the season. Manager Brandon Hyde said Rodriguez will receive further opinions. So in this video, we're going to talk about Andrew Kittredge. I'm going to take a deep dive into Grayson Rodriguez and what this could possibly mean for the implications of the starting rotation for the Baltimore Orioles in 2025. So let's get into our first topic of the day. Is this a very serious injury for Grayson Rodriguez? The last time we had a video about Grayson Rodriguez, John talked about how he was sluggish and his miles per hour and velocity was down. Well, Grayson Rodriguez said that, and Brandon Hyde said we had nothing to worry about. But we did. This is what fans have been concerned about all off season when the Baltimore Orioles failed to bring in another ace because at some point a pitcher in this starting rotation this year would deal with injuries. Now we take a look at what happened in the game that Grayson Rodriguez said he felt very sluggish. He only pitched a half of one inning and then 93.2 miles per hour. His velocity was very down. Now, me as a person, Grayson Rodriguez said coming into the spring, he wasn't going to be 95 or even 100% of himself. He was showing 80 to 75% because the last seasons he's gone all out in spring training, and which resulted in an injury. Now, I took that into consideration, like, okay, it was just a slow day for Grayson. Maybe he wasn't feeling mentally well or physically he was just a little bit sick. But that was not the case. He had discomfort in that back and led to his triceps. And now we don't know what Grayson Rodriguez will do this season. Now, a lot of fans are pushing, is he going to have Tommy John surgery? Let's not think so far on this injury. Let's only hope and pray that Grayson Rodriguez will be back soon. Now, he's not expected to be ready for opening day. That was another report that was tweeted out by Orioles MLB beat reporters on Twitter earlier that Grayson Rodriguez will not make the opening day roster. But once again, like I've said plenty of times, he can't stay healthy. And that's a big thing for Grayson Rodriguez. We drafted him because we knew he had the potential to be one of the best players in baseball, but the health has been the main concern. And should we be concerned? Yes, because we don't know the details of this injury. He's getting second opinions. Should we be concerned? Yes, because we don't know the details of this injury. But I think the Baltimore Orioles have enough to hold on until he comes back. You could also go out and get a guy like Kyle Gibson. You can still trade Kobe Mayo, Heston Kjerstad. You can still make a move for Luis Castillo, but it seemed like with George Kirby now on the IL, the Mariners are not looking to trade any of their starting pitchers because they need them all. Now, for the Baltimore Orioles, this is a tough blow for fans because this was supposed to be the year that Grayson Rodriguez was fully healthy and was going to be the ace of the future. Is this a bad look for Orioles general manager Mike Elias? We all know I'm a big Elias fan. I've seen the comments. You got to stop raving about Elias. He's not doing enough. Now, I'm starting to think maybe we should have gone out, traded one of our prospects, and got an ace caliber pitcher. Maybe we should have tried harder to acquire Max Fried, but we have the other guys like Povich, Eflin. We just got Sagano. We went out and got Charlie Morton. And now Trevor Rogers won't be healthy. Grayson Rodriguez won't be healthy. Chase McDermott won't be healthy. And Kyle Bradish, we don't know his timetable for return. So is this a bad look for Mike Elias? To be honest, yes. I think it's a bad look for Mike Elias. I've been a big Elias fan, but this hurts your team this season for playoff push applications because this team is so talented on the offensive end. But when we look at the pitching staff, not one guy in this rotation is going to put fear in the other team's batter. We have Cade Povich, Albert Suarez, Charlie Morton, Sagano, Dean Kramer, Zach Eflin. So it's time for these guys to take that next big jump. We have depth. It might not be the best depth that other top MLB teams have, but they have guys they can put in certain positions. Now, for Mike Elias' sake, what are you going to do now? You go out, bring Kyle Gibson back just for a placeholder until G-Rod returns. And we don't even know if Grayson Rodriguez will return. And I'm pretty sure coming into this season, into the spring, Mike Elias didn't have this on his plan. He knew he didn't do enough this offseason. They tried to re-sign Corbin Burnes, but Burnes wanted to be in Arizona. The Orioles had no chance at all. Now, I don't think this is a huge bad look for Mike Elias, but if you're looking at what the Orioles did this offseason to make this team better, they didn't make this team better pitching wise. Offensively, defensively, they may have got replacements. They may have gotten bench guys and might have brung Heston Kjerstad up to finally have full opportunities in the MLB and gotten guys like Tyler O'Neill. But the Baltimore Orioles are still lacking that starting pitching depth. And we won't know how it really looks into the midpoint by the All-Star break. And then I expect if it's not good, Mike Elias will make a move. But for right now, let's stay patient. Hope good news for Grayson Rodriguez. Also, Andrew Kittredge is going to be out for a while. That was another bullpen piece we could have added. Now it's looking like the Baltimore Orioles bullpen is simmering down, but Félix Bautista looks great. On the other hand, I think this is a bad look for Mike Elias, but you never know. Other guys in the rotation can step up, and that's going to get me into my next topic of the day. Cade Povich time. Let's go. It's time to bring this young star in the rotation. Yes, it's time for Cade. If you look at this starting rotation right now as it's projected, Zach Eflin at the 1, Charlie Morton at the 2, Dean Kramer, Sagano, then Albert Suarez. Now, Albert has not looked good at all this spring. He's looked very bad, and I don't think you can put a guy like that in the starting rotation. Now, you talk about Cade. Cade has a 0 ERA right now, pitching over 5 innings, over 7 strikeouts, not walking a lot of guys. Velocity is up. Control is up. He has a few more pitches that he added to the arsenal that's looking very good. So if I'm the Orioles, I put this guy in the rotation. Now, we saw last season he struggled when he first came up. But in the back end of the season in September, he looked very good. Had an ERA well under 3, wasn't walking a lot of guys, and had over 25 strikeouts. And he reminds me so much of Max Fried, and I'm pretty sure that goes the same with all you guys. His just mechanics, the way he flows, he might not throw the 99, the 100, but I'm telling you, the deception is real. It might look like 99 and 100 if it sits around 95 and 96, but he's young, only 24 years old, and this is his time to grow. He's been very good this spring training. So if he continues to be very good this season in spring, then you have to put him in the starting rotation. And if he does very good and he's one of your best pitchers in the starting rotation, you possibly can get Grayson back at some point. Then we move on to probably September. Bradish is back. Now you're thinking of Grayson Rodriguez, Kyle Bradish, Sagano, Charlie Morton, Zach Eflin, and Dean Kramer. You have about 6 pitchers you can put in your starting rotation. Now they won't run a 6-man rotation because Brandon Hyde said the Baltimore are going to stick to the formula format was a 5-man rotation. So if this is the starting rotation that the Baltimore is going with opening day, I expect Albert and Cade to kind of switch roles here and there. But for right now, I would put Cade in that position. I think he's young, way more talented, has better velocity, better control, and he's a guy who keeps this team fired up. You want young guys. It's time to put Cade in a position to succeed. This is the perfect opportunity for him. We've seen this spring he could be very good. So it's going to be very interesting to see what the Baltimore Orioles do. But once again, Grayson Rodriguez hurt once again. That's not a good look for this team, but hopefully other guys can step up. Well, that's all we have for today, folks. Thank you for joining Orioles Digest. Me and John are giving you daily updates about the Baltimore Orioles every single day that you don't want to miss. Turn on post notifications, hit that subscribe button, and come join Orioles Digest.